All right, take two. Um, I am not used to filming, so y'all are gonna have to get used to me figuring this out as we go. Hopefully, we'll improve over time. But so at the end of the last video, I wanted to get into talking about what this means to do this prophylactically and really what it means to have genetic cancer screening and the options that it really presents. So, and I think that's born out of some conversations that I've had in the last couple weeks since finding out and talking to friends and family, um, because it is hard to wrap your brain around. I am the one that's going through it, and it's hard for me to wrap my brain around it. But I also understand that from an outsider looking in, um, there's probably a lot of, I think, well, what's the big deal? And you can just wait. And, um, you know, and not saying it in a in sort of a derogatory way, but just in a really like, why are you making such a big deal about this? And so I want to give a little bit of room to talk about that. So I have cancer all over my family. My mom, diagnosed at 32, died at 44. Her paternal grandmother died at 32. My dad had Waldenstrom syndrome. My grandfather on my mom's side had lung cancer. My grandfather on my dad's side had prostate cancer. My cousin Emily died of a brain tumor. Like, it's everywhere. And a lot of people, my story is no different really than so many people in the world, right? But when it touches your life in this way, you can have a lot of fear around it, right? Fear of getting the disease, fear of having it be you that's going through treatment, right? Fear that you're going to die before you feel you're ready, because of this disease. And that's where I am, right? It's part of the reason why I never really wanted to get tested, because I lived with that fear my whole life. And I felt like if I found out that I had the gene, that I'd be sitting around waiting for it to happen. So lo and behold, I got tested. And now I really understand what the options are to do something about it. And in certain situations, like mine, you have an opportunity to remove or significantly, scientifically, reduce your risk of getting this disease, which is amazing and hard, and it's opportunity, right? So again, it comes down to, in a way, not in a way, I have been given a gift by being able to have science tell me that I am at risk, and having science and modern medicine be able to eradicate a big part of that risk for me. My age, my family history, and my calculated score equates to 60 to 70% chance that I could get breast cancer or ovarian cancer or both if I choose to do nothing. If I do these surgeries and remove my breasts, and I remove my ovaries and my fallopian tubes, that risk then goes from 60 to 70% to under 10% for breast cancer, and under 5%, or actually it's like closer to 2% for ovarian. And that's really dependent upon if I have a full hysterectomy. If I have a full hysterectomy, that's gone, zero. If I still have my uterus intact, then it's about 2%, because there's the chance for uterine cancer. And that's a gift, you guys. That is a gift, right? To be able to wipe that off the table. And not everybody gets that, right? And so for me, I think about, or what I've been sitting with since I found out is, how would I feel if I wait and I just continue monitoring and sort of living without doing the surgeries? And then one day I go to the doctor, and instead of them saying, you have a gene, they say you have cancer. And now we need to do surgery. You need to start chemo. Your life expectancy is now X. Like, fuck. I don't want that. Is that emotional for me? Oh, yeah. You know, I watched my mom fight. And I mean fight. And that was hard. That was really hard. Still makes me emotional to this day. Look at me. And it's rough, right? I've seen other family members go through it. I took my grandfather to radiation for lung cancer, you know, my cousin Emily dying from brain cancer and radiation, you know, just, it sucks. And that's not the road I want. Now, could I still get cancer in some other way, even though I'm doing these prophylactic surgeries? 100%, sure. But those two come off the table. And that's why I'm doing this. And it's important, but it is big, right? It's big. So, but that's why I'm doing it. And I just want people to kind of have an understanding of, yeah, you're right. We don't have cancer, but our risk is high. And that's scary. And I think when you think about the fact that you're given a choice in some of these situations, you're going to take the choice, you know? And everybody's different. Like, I've been reading a lot of forums and, you know, doing a lot of research, and there are a lot of women who waited out. And there are a lot of women who waited it out and then got cancer. And that's really sad, and that's really unfortunate. And I just don't want that to be me. So that's why I'm sharing. That's why I'm taking this journey. So ask me any questions and I'll share what I know. Thanks.